gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be on the Tonight Show.
This is the 4936 podcast.
And Faithful, stand up, baby.
Yeah, you know what it is. Faithful, stand up, baby. You got to stand up right now. We feeling good. We feeling great. It's the Tonight Show, Frontline Sports Media. My name is B. Mechi. As always, I'm with JB.
What's poppin', B? What's poppin', Faithful, man? I'm about to, it's coming up on the Twitter feed, so I'm going to tweet it out there, man.
Oh, yeah. Get it out to the people. You guys already know what it is. Housekeeping, Frontline Sports Media. We're going to put the clips on there, but this is 49365 show, the Tonight Show to be exact. So we appreciate everybody who's tapping in with us. We definitely going to get to some comments later. It's a good time. If you haven't been on the show before, we just go and vibe out, go through a little, things on social media, some tweets that came out, some posts from the game. It's a lot to talk about. We still talking about this 49er football. And, it's January 18th right now. So I'm feeling good. I mean, we approaching February, Elite Eight. It's 8 teams in the dance, 8 teams, and we wanted them. And to think about how the season went and all those different things, to be at this point, it's amazing. JB, I'm going to give my opening statement and we could just, kind of go from there. But I am vibing tonight. I got the not sponsored, by the way, so I really don't know if I should be putting on thick like this, but this is what I was sipping for the game, so I think it's going to be just good luck all the way through. We got the Charles Woodson Intercept wine. I wanted to get something, a black-owned vegan wine. Charles Woodson, yeah, on the other side with the Raiders, and with the Packers too, being real, Packers week. But at the same time, I wanted to support, somebody who had good wine and then what I heard about in the Northern California area. And it's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. So definitely recommend it. I was sipping on it during the game. I was encouraging you to vibe out. You're a little, I'm not going to say stressed, but I'm going to say tense. And I was trying to get you to relax, Aaron Rodgers style, relax a little bit during that Cowboys game. I was just vibing. And I feel like this week, I got the
mean?
I mean, it means vibing means, vibing is like having a good time. I feel like your watching experience of this past game against the Cowboys, I don't know if I would consider that a good time. Yes, we won. Yes, we did our thing. We had to lead the whole game. But like I said, not stressed, but you were tense a little bit. And that's fine. I've been in games where I've been tense. Like there's been plenty of Niners games where I've been tense. I just think, yeah, it was football, but again, to me, it's about the expectations. I keep saying the phrase, we're playing with house money. And what I mean by that is I don't feel like there's pressure on us. I just don't. And maybe that's just me as a fan. Maybe Kyle Shanahan, he does feel the heat. Jimmy feels the heat. Maybe all these guys really do feel that heat. At the end of the day, they're playing sports. I get it. But when you play in a team like the Cowboys, they're going to handle all the pressure. Like everything's on them. They got to win. We are a quintessential, perfect underdog team. We are the perfect underdog team, just in the fact that we have hella fans, like, they're going to travel, they're going to do what they do. Like, it's going to be, we're still going to have that support, but at the same time, we have that running game, that defense and running game formula that travels wherever you go. We have that, right? And yes, we're always going to be undermanned at the quarterback position. And you look at these games, it's like, oh, who has a better quarterback? They're going to win. Who has the better quarterback? They're going to win. But with the way that we play and what Kyle Shanahan being able to maximize every aspect of the chessboards with all of his different pieces and being able to draw up all these plays and scheme guys open, like it's a perfect setup for us to be the underdogs of this whole thing. And I love it. I'm embracing it. And so when I say I'm vibing out, it means that I don't feel tense. I don't feel that pressure watching the game. Like, yeah, there's some moments where you want to do it, but I'm just sipping the whole game. I'm having a good time. Like, I'm enjoying it, regardless of what happens. I feel like we've exceeded expectations for this season, making the playoffs, especially how we did against the Rams last game of the season, beating the Cowboys in the first round. We got another huge task. I feel like you can have your debates and talk about, who's been the best team this season and stuff, but I would say the Packers have been the best team in the NFL this year. I mean, they've pretty much established themselves as the best team in the NFL this year.
They swept the NFC West, and the NFC West is supposed to be the hardest division. So, they swept us, but yeah, I don't know. It's like with the Packers, I mean, they got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is he's Aaron Rodgers. So, like Kyle Shanahan said today, everybody knows he's the man. But I don't know, for some reason. I mean, obviously, there's a good chance we lose. Like, it's not. I'm not saying like we just gonna walk in there, and I'm not gonna say they don't scare me, but it just. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like they're as deep as our team. It doesn't seem like they are as talented as our team, except for the quarterback position, and then Devontae Adams, and they got Jair too. So they got some players, but I don't. But
They say he's probably coming back. I don't even know what his injury is. I'm gonna look that up right now. But go ahead.
yeah, so I don't know. It's just I don't know, man. It's just it's like the Cowboys. I'm not gonna say the Cowboys scared me more, but they kind of did. Their defense, just the the fact of how their defense just was, you know, getting so many turnovers, just affecting a lot of sacks, a lot of pressure. It just seemed a little hectic, Dan Quinn defense. I got PTSD from Seattle, and it just kind of had that vibe with that, and so you know, like I said, this is definitely gonna be up there, if not harder. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, I respect your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, but I just feel like even if you disagree, I think most NFL, fans who have been tapped in this season would say that the Packers are, they've earned the title as the best team this year. Doesn't mean that they are the best team. Doesn't mean they're gonna, go all the way. But this is a big matchup. They're at home. Aaron Rodgers. We've been his kryptonite. We're gonna get all to all that, but I got to start back with the Cowboys because again, I need to get to my opening statement. We really was just talking about the whole vibe definition that you wanted to know a little bit more about what I was saying by that, and that's what I mean. Like I feel like we're underdogs going in, all those sort of things. But I guess starting off from the Cowboys game, and we didn't get a chance to do a post game show. There was so much content after the game and whatnot. So I know the faithful out there got they fix for sure. But what a good time, man. What a performance. What a game. And the first thing that had me juiced about that game, man, coming in. For those of y'all who don't know, I live in LA, and where I live across the street from me is a Seahawks fan. Then it's a Niners fan in the same household. It's a Steelers fan there. There's a Cowboys fan across the street. There's a Rams fan. There's a Texans fan, ironically enough, or interestingly enough, kind of random. I've never seen a Texans fan outside of Texas. But we have all types of fans out here in LA, which makes sense because people are probably from all over and whatnot, right? And they haven't had a football team in here in for quite some time before the Rams came and the Chargers. And so, I just got a rep. I'm out here slapping. I'm playing music. I'm, banging. I'm rocking all the Niners gear. I'm coming outside to the porch just to see the scene, just to walk out one time and just let them know, like, it's game day. We here. We in it. Seahawks fans, I know you're not. Steelers fans, I know you lost. All those. Well, I think they lost later on, but you know what I'm saying. You're gonna lose. But it's like you had to bang out there and let them know a little bit. And so I'm vibing and doing all that. But the thing that got me really juiced for this game was following up the game that we went to against the Rams and going to the playoffs. Of course, it's going to be faithful there. We travel well. We're one of the top 5 franchises in the NFL. We're one of the historic franchises in the sport. 49ers Cowboys is, Lakers Celtics. It is Duke North Carolina. It's one of those games historically. We haven't had that rivalry as of late, but we're in the playoffs. All this stuff matters. Like, I know all the OGs felt like this game is like, everything. We talk so much about the Seahawks, but for the OGs out there, man, this game right here, this is everything, man. So I'm juiced. I know it's gonna be faithful out there, in Dallas, but I turn on the TV, I'm looking at the, before the game, like, we out there. It's not like a few, pockets and stuff. Of course, it's not like the Rams game. Like, of course, it's not going to be like that. But at the same time, Jerry made a mistake doing a whiteout, and it wouldn't have mattered if he did not a whiteout anyways, because we would have been out there. We rocking that red, we walking that black, we walking that gold. That's what we doing. And I got juice just to see all the faithful out there, because when you're a fan of the team, we're investing in it more than they are. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent. I know there's guys on the team who definitely tapped in and locked in, but as a fan, sometimes you just feel like
it's a different type of investment.
Yeah, exactly. Like
they're actually doing real.
Exactly. They're doing the work, but we're consuming all this content. We're putting so much time into it. We're thinking about it all the time. And it's like, at the end of the day, like, it's them.
We fanning
like,
out. We fan it.
Yeah, we fanning, but at the end of the day, my point is like they're doing the work. Like we're not doing anything. Like we're just watching the game and it's
We're
all in
not
their
doing
hands.
anything.
But
Nothing.
to my point,
Go ahead.
but to my point, it's like you watch on the TV all the fans that are in there in attendance and stuff, and it's like that's the one
No,
thing
that
as a fan that you can
yeah.
control, like
No, that
going to the
is.
game, showing up, showing love, rocking your like being a fan, like you know what I'm saying,
Right.
supporting your team. And I feel like when you look, I didn't watch the whole games, but I looked at all of those wild card, super wild card weekend games. Nobody had representation on the road like us. Nobody had that, man. None of these playoff teams had that. It wasn't even close. And it's like, as a fan, man, as a fan of this team, like that just made me proud. I ain't gonna lie. Like that was like, I'm just like, we really out here, man. Like this squad, we really out there. We really travel well. We really do our thing, and it just dope to see that energy. And you contrast that, you compare and contrast that with the Cowboys fans, who again, great fan base in terms of if we had a home game and we were playing the Cowboys, they would travel too. They would be there. Same thing with the Packers, the Steelers, teams like that. They're gonna be there. They're gonna be represented. But I will say with the Cowboys fans and just the Cowboys media in general, even after we win the game, I'm not even going to talk about the game. Even after we win the game, everything you turn on the TV, it's about how the Cowboys lost, what the Cowboys did, who the Cowboys are going to fire. Has Dak underperformed? Has he lived up to his contract? What's the next move? What's going to happen with their defensive coordinator and the offensive coordinator? All these various talking points, and you'll see a sliver of talking about the Niners. But I'm not mad. I love it. Underdog city, underdog team. But it's just the contrast I'm talking about with the fan base, the whole week in spaces, the whole week, leading up to the game, all these Cowboys fans talking big shit, doing all that. And then my man Stephen A had to break them down with something proper. So, that's really my opening statement for this week is just the fan base. We can talk about the game, go through all that, like all that. But I got to just say, like, I'm very, from going from that Rams game that we both went to, JB, like, which was an amazing game, and then coming here to, this Cowboys game on the road in the playoffs, when we barely even got in, we were down 17-0, almost like towards the end of the second quarter against the Rams, and here we are with another playoff win.
Yeah, that's I mean, I just feel like that that's just like, we're in this right now. But that just is like that's the odds of that are very slim. 17-0 the second quarter, and to be like, no, you're in the divisional round now. Going to Lambeau Field
and
playing
nobody
Green
wants
Bay.
to play you.
We're in the Elite Eight. We were 0.4% chance of making it to the playoffs.
Speak on it.
So it's I don't know, man. That is crazy when you look at it that way. The Cowboys fans is hilarious.
What was Chris saying at the barbershop?
Oh man, Chris was. I'll be keeping my texts respectful with my Raider partners now, and my cow. Like I only got one Cowboy dude I really text with, but because I don't be liking to play that disrespectful type fan vibe, because it's like, bro,
you want to be on the other side of it. Yeah,
like if we take an L, I don't want to hear that. You feel me? So, but anyways,
JB, just on that though, the only thing is, I know with these Raiders fans, and I know it's probably the same way with these Cowboys fans. Some of them, maybe not Chris, but some of them, I know a lot of them. But the Raiders fans, like I know who you talking about, and it's like, honestly, bro, like.
No, I switched the vibe for them. Look, bro, I switched the vibe from during the game. They wasn't even talking mess about the Niners. They were, let's go Niners, because the past few weeks I ain't really been on a helmet like that, and so they be like during the game is usually, and they like, damn, that was a good game. Damn, that was a good game.
I got a confession to make though for all the faithful out there. We do this show, it's all Niners all day. Don't get it twisted. But I will say, for those of y'all who don't know, me and JB, we from the town. We from Oakland. You know what I'm saying? We from Oakland. You know what I'm saying? So growing up as a kid, JB's a little bit older than me. This is like my bigger brother. I followed what he did. When he was, even younger, the Raiders weren't there. They weren't in Oakland. They were in LA. So what are you going to do? This Jerry Rice and Steve Young, like doing what they're doing. Of course, you're going to be a Niner fan. That's what we got hooked on. And I, being with him, even when the Raiders came back, I wanted to see the Raiders do well. I always wanted to see the Raiders do well. I wasn't like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's hella people who in the Bay Area who liked both teams. Like,
Yeah, I wanted to see the Raiders do well. I remember when the Tuck rule happened. Like, I was a kid. When the Tuck rule game happened, I was hot.
I was a fan of that team.
I got the Charles Woodson wine, like I told you. But at the same time, there came a point in the Harbaugh era. That's really what it was. There came a point in the Harbaugh era where the Raiders fans, the ones you talking about, they were giving us so much heat, so much talking so much mess, where it became a point where, of course I was a 49ers fan. I was more of a 49ers fan than I was a Raiders
you gotta
fan.
think about it, bro. It's like you watching somebody else,
a big brother,
hit the lotto,
big brother,
but I'm just saying, you watching somebody else while you struggling,
mm-hmm.
like you at the, you struggling, you taking the bus and you seeing somebody, getting money and they in foreigns, and you like, that's how they was feeling.
Absolutely. But again, you're talking about being respectful now. The Raiders fans and respectful don't go in the same sentence. You know what I'm talking about? So for me, it was just like, it became a point early in that era where I was like, nah, I ain't got no love. I got no love. I know I'm from all this type of stuff. I don't got no love.
Yeah.
None.
No, yeah. For sure.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's definitely during the Raider game. Oh, it's definitely, man, they need to lose. Get them out.
Every time watching the Bengals game, I'm watching the Bengals game. Just it'd be so fun when you watching sports, watching like hoping for a team to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like an interesting energy compared to every week you want your team to win. You just watch the whole season. We're watching the Seahawks games. Of course, the Rams and the Cardinals with seedings and stuff, but it doesn't hold the same weight. You watch those Raiders games, those Seahawks games. You just want them to lose. It's just like you just watching it, like, just make a terrible mistake. Matter of fact, don't even get blown out and make it close.
Rams are starting to get there, bro. Like, Rams, I really like. It's not the
in terms of the hate,
huh?
In terms of like hating them.
Yeah, I mean, because they don't have the fan base, so we don't really like, it's different.
Yeah. And we're on such a winning streak with them, so it's like it doesn't have the same.
Though, bro, they a threat. I'm gonna just put it.
They're definitely a threat, but I'm saying it doesn't have the same.
And Sean McVay, bro, he just irritates me so much.
But even being at the game, like, at least where we were at, the fans are like, they respect. Like, we've been to the Seahawks Niners games. We've seen the Raiders fans, like the Rams fans. I don't have no like,
because it's just not that level of passion there. That's really how I feel about it. Like, it's really, I mean, it's just not deep rooted. Like, it's not deep rooted. Like Cowboys, all these other teams, Raiders. Like, Rams, bro, like y'all LA, St. Louis, most of y'all St. Louis, like, really St. Louis for hella long. That's when they went to the Super Bowl. So they probably, I don't know, but it's just the level of passion from their fans isn't the same. But they're getting successful results.
Absolutely.
But man, but yeah. Anyways, though, but
I took you off the rails. You were talking about the Cowboys and the Raiders and Chris. My bad. Go ahead.
Bro, the Cowboys fans, they just. Just like we was talking about last week, just to see the, like, how Niners Twitter is and Niners content. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like Cowboys take it up a notch. Not even with just they official channels. I'm talking about like with they content creators. Like, they just like, they really, bro. This one dude be on there like all day, every day. Like, I don't want to say all day, every day, but he be on there. It's just a different. I mean, it's not different. It's just kind of, it's similar. It's similar to us, except it's just crazy to because it's not like that with most fans. Most fans don't really have hella podcasts out and hella, hella content out.
I mean, it's Texas. That's Texas, and I mean, it's Texas football.
And it's the Cowboys.
Yes, the Cowboys. And the great branding. I love Jerry Jones. Like, I'm not gonna lie. If you're a fan of football, how could you not have respect for it and just be a fan of Jerry Jones?
I mean, you gotta respect the business.
You gotta respect it.
Aspect.
You gotta respect it.
But hey,
and like, look, Cowboys. Look, they beat us all those times.
Chris texted me this. This is what Chris texted me. He texted me during the game, like when he thought it was over before it was over, but he was texting me like, man, we never gonna do nothing until Jerry die. Hey, but I mean,
why? It's all right. So he's basically blaming
because he's such a you know who Jerry Jones, like, he's like on the radio. They talk. Even the fans I was listening to some. He on the radio twice a week.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like, just doing stuff like that where he obviously he runs the show. Like all McCarthy, I mean Jed York, the Yorks run the show too, but it's Kyle Shanahan though. But it's
I mean, look,
Kyle
Jerry
Shanahan.
Jones, I feel it. I feel it. They put the pressure on, and that's back to the business side, and that's why you respect it, because it's like a love and hate. We hate to love. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody loves to hate the Cowboys. So in a sense, everybody loves the Cowboys because we love to hate them. And it's like, and a different thing with them and like the Seahawks, for example, like the Seahawks got that one Super Bowl, and then their fans just act like, you know what I'm saying? Like they just act like they're just the best team of all time ever. And it's like,
Not anymore.
the Cowboys, like, yeah, they haven't won in any recent history, but you know that they like help shape what the NFL is. It's not like they're still like, it's the Cowboys. It's not like this is just some random team. Like it's so like that's
Wait,
why
you said they haven't won in hella long?
they haven't won in forever.
Well, they won more recently than us.
But at the same time, we've been in the
back.
Super Bowl two times. We've had NFC Championship games four times in the past 10 years or whatever. So it's not like, we've been respectable. I know we've been bad for a long time, but we've had our runs, which is like, we're relevant. Like when you look around at the landscape of things, even with this game that we won, right? Shanahan is 3-1 in the playoffs, bro. He's 3-1. All the stuff that we talked about and everything that we've kind of
done. Man, it's so crazy because we've talked about this before, but like when you sit back at this level and when you sit back at this time of the season and you be like, bro, like we are lucky to have him as a head coach. And we was shitting on him this year. Everybody.
Mike's son.
I really was thinking about my theory of like all coaches are the same type vibe. Like that's really like it's like, no, this dude really is a cut above the rest. That's what he still could take L's.
And he still doesn't do it. I don't agree with everything he does, but I respect it. And it's like, you got to tip your cap and like, we're here now. And it's like, you got to respect it. Put some respect on his name. Birdman, man. I ain't going to say it no more. Put some respect on his name. One time. I want to get to, I don't know if you, I definitely cut you off like big time. So I don't know if you got to everything you wanted to say. But I was, talking about that whole fan conversation and whatnot. I had retweeted earlier, and I'm gonna get to the Twitter. I'll share the screen in a second. But I wanted to, get to one of the things I posted or retweeted today was Jason Aponte was on with a Bills Mafia podcast where they had Boobie Gibson on there with him. And I don't know if you saw the pictures of him and CJ at the game. He was at the Cowboys game.
I saw them. They was at the game.
Yeah, so like it was just dope for me to see that, and I was tapping into their podcast and listening and stuff, and it's like, yeah, man, it's like to me, like the Bills are a team. Talking about this fandom and just how proud I was of the Niners and how that we showed up not only for that Rams game, the last game of the season, but for this Cowboys game. The other fan base in the league that I really think of, the Steelers, the Cowboys, it's like I hate their fans. I hate their fans, but they're deep. They're going to be any city you in, there's going to be Cowboys fans. It's going to be like, you got to respect that. You got to respect at least that fact. And not all the Cowboys fans are but most of them are ridiculous. Most of them are crazy. Most of them do too much. But a fan base that I respect, though, man, is the Bills, man. Like they got some of the best fans. Like you just watch their games and like the small community that they have. Like it just, I honestly would love to go to a Buffalo Bills game if we're ever playing them.
How many straight Super Bowls did they go to?
I think 4, if I'm not mistaken. So they got their history.
All of them.
It was interesting to see
all of them.
Yeah, I know it's tough. It's kind of like us with and then Andy Reid when he went to all those NFC championships. It's similar, but
no, bro. It's not similar, bro. You 4 times
all the way there. Yeah, I know it's painful, but it was interesting watching Hard Knocks and seeing their coach, who used to be a quarterback of the Bills, and how he went back for that one episode. I don't know if you saw that one, but where they played the Bills in that game, and it's like just seeing like that tight knit community that they have. All the players come back for these games, like it's just a different vibe with them, and so I definitely got to tip my cap. And because it's an AFC team, they got a guy like Josh Allen he's just a raw quarterback, man. It's like, they're a likable team to me. I know not everybody's going to feel the same way, but that's a team where it's like, I try to like tap in with like 1 or 2 AFC teams definitely tapped into the Bills, and like just being out here in LA, I try to tap into the Chargers, especially because they got Justin Herbert, and I was really vibing with their coach at first, but now not so much, especially after that Raiders game, which was kind of ridiculous. And that's kind of like one of those comments too, where you talk about Shanahan and looking at the landscape and how these coaches stack up, and are they all the same, or what makes some a cut above the others, and what makes others lower than the rest. Like, this is one of those things where in the offseason we're going to have another evaluation, like where does Shanahan rank in terms of the coaches in the league, and he's not going below 10. Like, I know last year he didn't make the top 10 on that ESPN list or whatever. I don't know if it was CBS, whatever the publication was. That's not happening this year. You know what I'm saying? So it was just interesting to hear a little bit of that podcast that Jason was on, and Jordan. Shout out to him. Shout out to those guys. But to hear Booby talk for a little bit, and just to see him at the game, they were talking about the Bills game and the Niners game. Definitely, I encourage you. I'm gonna find the link and I'm gonna put it in the comment section. Tap with that show. Look, we got a lot of 49ers content. It's all Niners all day. I do my best to tap in with the stuff that I like, and I know y'all probably will like it too. So definitely tap into that episode. It was interesting. They were talking about the Booby had the Bills shirt with the Niners hat. You know what I'm saying? He was just repping both sides and talking about what he thought about Dallas and their commentary after the game, which I know Dak kind of redacted a little bit today in his tweet. But they were just talking about the physicality that we played with.
Dak is hilarious, bro.
You think so?
Yes,
yeah.
Man.
His press conference after the game was pretty interesting to me. Like,
that shit was hilarious. But like, yeah, I think I was just listening to somebody that was like, I think he kind of like, he was just really in his feelings about
ego.
fans. No, he was just, but nah, bro. I mean, yeah. But I just feel like, it wasn't
ego.
I feel like it wasn't that bad, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. But the thing is, I kind of like had empathy is not the word, but I was thinking about Jimmy today in regards to like how Jimmy answers.
That's Jimmy's rawest trait, bro. It's like Jimmy is like.
Well, I'm not saying it in that sense. I'm saying it in the sense that like the protection of your brand. I felt like Dak at the press conference, it's the excuse giving. It's like talking about the refs and the way he was talking about it. Like, again, it wasn't like egregious or anything, but the way he was talking about it was like, yeah, we have practiced this. And like, he didn't want to mention anything about, him giving the ball to the ref or, going down before. Cause if you watch, Haberman and Middlecoff did a great job of showing, I don't know if you saw this, man. He started sliding at like the 27. Right? Like, and then when you slide, that's where you go down, where you start the slide. He started sliding at like the 27. They put the ball at like the 25, the 24, and then they moved it back to like the 25. That's the reason why the referees got to handle that. And they need a better process, honestly, in the NFL to like kind of go through that. But like, even with the referee moving the ball back slightly, it was at least 2 yards spotted ahead of where it should have been, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is inefficient, unscientific way to kind of do things. And it's just wild that we still do that. Like, we don't have a better process in place for that. It's just interesting, and it's tough for the refs. Like, it's a tough situation all around. But it was
it's the human part of football that the
dramatic
part of football that makes it even more.
Yeah,
the
you gotta love it. But it was kind of annoying, piggybacking off of like the media talking about how the Cowboys lost and not how the Niners won and everything. It's like people making the situation at the end of the game like it was like like gonna like it really like it hella mattered like that.
I feel like media was giving us like they was being like this. Like this is the narrative I've heard like from a lot of people in the media. Is like yeah, everybody want to talk about that call, but the Niners were beating Dallas the whole game. Like they got lucky to get in that point.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, but yeah, they're not the headlines. The majority of talking wasn't about the Niners and how we played, whether the good or even the bad that we saw. But it was Cowboys.
That's what it is when you play.
They like to see the drama.
All right, so JB, let's get through some of these comments, and then let's. I got a few things I wanted to share from Twitter, things like that, and we're gonna just go from there. Keep it moving like that. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in. This is the 49365 the Tonight Show. You already know what it is. We vibing. I got the Charles Woodson Intercept wine, the red blend. Beautiful, man. I'm feeling good. Again, I'm vibing. JB, you know what it means. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. We outside, man. You know the vibes. Let's get it, y'all. What up, B and JB? Hey, what up? We see you. All the people commenting, we see y'all, man. We sent them boys home crying. Hey, did you see? I'll get to it later, but you saw like some of the extracurricular activities that was going on in the game. Do you
With
see the?
Michael. Oh, with the I saw the Randy Gregory where he slapped Debo in the
I
head.
saw that during the game. I saw that during the game, and I was like, "What?" I was so mad. But I also saw, I don't know who it was who pushed Alex Mack, your former teammate at Cal, who pushed Alex Mack out of bounds. Like after one of the whistles blew, they didn't call a flag or anything on that. There's the Micah Parsons Ayuk, situation where he kind of like got him with the 1-2. I don't know if you saw that after the
Yeah,
Elijah Mitchell
I seen how
touchdown.
you on a touchdown.
Yeah,
I saw that on Twitter, man. You know we be on Twitter looking at this all day. But hey, Ayuk, bro, I was like, ooh, like that because Parsons is like people want to talk about Parsons talking about that bully ball thing and like make it seem
yeah,
like he was getting punked. Like,
right,
nah, he was out there making plays for them, and
right,
he was, bro, he's a great football player, and he's a beast.
yeah.
He's a beast, and so to see a wide receiver like Ayuk not be scared to block him and then give him an extra shove,
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, who are you right now?
Yeah.
Brett, like, I didn't know he had that in him.
Really, after all the talk he had this year, all the hype, I mean, we knew he was a player coming in.
Nah, but I didn't know he had that spiciness to him.
Mm.
Like you got, I guess they rubbing off on each other, man. Debo, that's why Debo's so important to this team. You get around strong individuals, it start rubbing off.
I know
It's
you. I
go
know
ahead.
you saw the. I know you saw like the Stephen A. Clips. So you saw that, right?
I didn't hell nah. I mean, a look. I did. I seen I saw Shannon Sharp going on Skip.
Yeah,
Um,
Stephen A. was
I
going
seen
crazy.
Stephen A. talking about. Oh man, that girl crying. I was like, what
That's
the
what
hell is going on,
that's what I wanted to get to. The
bro?
girl.
She was crying before the game was over,
Yeah, bro. What you think happened? Like, I feel like she had to be drunk. Number one, she
for
had to be
sure.
drunk. Number one, like that's like it looked like those tears where it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like
It was like, all right, did you get in a fight with your boyfriend or something? Did you break up?
exactly, or like
You get
it looked like
broken up with?
it looked like something extra going on with this one right here. Like
Yeah, bro. Like that's like you just like, and that dude right there.
and I know it can't just be Cowboys related because she wasn't rocking no gear. She didn't have no Cowboys hat, no Cowboys shirt. Like she wasn't even
Hey,
rocking no
that's
gear.
mood right there. I don't felt like that hell of time. You just like,
but yeah, that was some good stuff. I mean, look at some of
but
these
yeah,
comments.
man. Hey, with all the people doing all this, like, bro, compose yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Like in the bad moments, bro, it's just like honestly, you
You
just
gotta
sit there.
laugh and you gotta just yeah. What okay, let's talk about for us. Let's be fair to the Cowboys fans. On the flip side, the worst, I would say the two scenarios, both obviously Seahawks related, right? The Seahawks game on Thanksgiving that we went to, right? That was in terms of like being a fan and being like that was pissed. All right. And then it was also the Seahawks game that we went to in Seattle, like, and just being around all those Seahawks fans and getting smacked how we always did.
But it's like during those moments though, I don't even be that pissed. I just be like during those moments, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna sit down right now. Like
Yeah, like this shit is weak.
When Cap throw the pick to Sherman in the in the Seattle, it's like everybody standing up, we standing up, and then I'm gonna just sit down.
I'm gonna just sit down straight up. We had to choose in our family, my grandmother Raiders and my grandfather Niners. Yeah, man. I always have empathy for those families divided, man, because it just be it's just like, how's that work? Like, it's just crazy. Like Croc was talking about, his brother's like a diehard Cowboys fan, and he said they FaceTime every day, sometimes twice a day. They still haven't talked since the game, and he said they probably won't talk for like a few like weeks or so. That's what he was saying on his morning show. I was like, damn, like that's deep. I thought my big cousin, because he's a Raiders fan, and my grandmother would take his side. Hey man. Rams fans are casual. Yeah. So my next door neighbor, and you saw him when briefly when you were over here. He's a diehard Dodgers fan. I honestly like moving to LA. I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought there would be. Maybe it's just because like the Lakers. This isn't Kobe and Shaq. This is like guys who've just come from free agency and stuff like that. I don't have the same feeling. But I would say like the dominant sports team is the Dodgers. Like these fans, like they're a diehard Dodgers fans, and you'll see Lakers fans and stuff too. But like you
It's
know,
different, bro. The Kobe and Shaq days, I feel like they was diehard Lakers, like
Lakers fan for
Lakers.
sure. Because that Kobe and Shaq, I mean, shoot, I was a Kobe and Shaq, but I was a huge
Yeah,
Lakers fan then. At that
everybody was
time,
a Lakers fan.
like,
Shit, I was a baby
like
like yeah, we was all Lakers
exactly,
fans.
exactly. Like, come on now, but you know, these like my next door neighbor talking about that. You know, he got the Rams hat on. I told him we were going to SoFi for that game. Like, he's like the definition, I feel like, of a casual fan because I just don't ever feel like he ever be tripping one way or the other about the Rams at all. But if it's the Dodgers,
I know, bro. I'm outside. He like he don't
chilling.
know me, but he pulled up on me like, hey, that was a great game. Like, yeah. I didn't know he was a Rams fan, so I was like, yeah. But shit, that like I would never pull up to somebody who I barely didn't even know, and after like the Seattle, hey, man, that was a great game. I'm like, man, go inside.
Go inside. But
Don't
if it's
even
the
wanna talk.
Dodgers, if we had like some Giants hats on or something, it's the
Exactly.
Dodgers. Nah, it's not gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's why it's just to the comment about the Rams. They do have a lot of casuals, and that's why you saw. You see, Peyton Manning's comment about the fans on the Manning cast on the Monday
No,
Night Football, the game.
I
He
didn't.
was talking about, you know, just the Rams fans decided to show up today. They didn't sell their tickets away and yada yada yada, kind of like, you know, just taking these jabs. So that was a good moment. What y'all think if the Raiders went back to LA though? I mean, that's not gonna happen. A different type of delusion. Yeah, man. What else we got? I'm gonna just close out.
Hey, you seen the Cowboys fans, bro, really like, bro, they're so it's crazy that it's crazy how before the game how optimistic and how hopeful they were on like, we're getting to a Super Bowl. And then after the game, just losing to us, just a one loss, it's like, man, something gotta give, y'all. So we gonna have to like it's like something like it's like gee like they gonna have to. They literally was talking
I
about
thought you were gonna talk about this one.
we don't know how to boycott. They was like, should we do? Because if we boycott, then the fans not gonna come to. Then the other team's fans gonna come to the game. So how that's gonna work? But they talking about boycotting and it's just funny. Oh, that was hella funny right here.
Yeah, I know you
Hella
retweeted this
funny.
one. So
That was so funny.
I don't
That's
got the
what
audio. I don't got the audio on, but y'all got to tap in with us at 49x365. It's some good content going around. You know what I'm saying? So tap in, like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, man. We got some good content to just talk
hey,
about.
that's
We
how
vibing.
it be, bro. It be one side just be sitting there looking like that, looking like so irritated, and the other side just like, hey,
Hey, bro. Like I said, I always
look
say,
at
man.
Cowboys, we them boys. Look,
I was as soon as we won, that's the song I was slapping. I'm talking about. I made sure everybody on my block could hear me because, like I said, it's a diversity of fans, all these different type of fan groups. I made sure that everybody heard that I was enjoying myself and having a good time. We them boys. I came outside. Nobody was even outside, bro. I'm just outside like this. Nobody's outside. Nobody. I'm just slapping. Just you know what I'm saying. I had to let them know.
Hey,
So
man, that's all you. Hey, as long as you was outside,
exactly.
you seen you.
So let's get through some stuff on Twitter, man. Let's get through some of this content. What we got, man? First, I'm gonna go through some of the things that we retweeted and posted, and then I'm gonna go to some things that I just followed and like. This was let me see. I'm gonna put this link to this podcast that Jason and Jordan got on with Booby in the comment section, so y'all can tap in, support them. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to the homies. I ain't gonna lie. So I posted this one because it's funny with the Twitter thing because it's like y'all don't know if I'm posting or if JB's posting, and it's like we be having different views. I mean, none of this stuff. We're just posting random content, but it's just funny because y'all don't know who's saying what. So you always gotta just stay tuned. And if you really tap in with us, maybe you can get a sense to really know, like, oh, I think that was JB. I think that was Biamechi. So you know, maybe that'll happen. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was listening to what's up.
Go ahead.
I was listening to Hightower's press conference. I don't know if you saw that today, and Shanahan's and Jimmy.
Yeah.
And I saw everything except Warner. And you know, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like Hightower's press conferences, like the one today, for example, it's like, bro, he be saying the way he speak about the game and like it's like, bro, he say all the right things. He's come like he just seemed like he's a
like a company man.
Not a company man. He seems like he like is prepared. Like he doesn't strike me as like, you know, somebody who's just like, you know, like I'm trying to think of an example as like just a
Maybe
trash
giving you
coach.
company man vibes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that, but to me, I feel like he says the right things and all those
I
sort of
feel like he
things. And
says the things. I don't know. I'm being real disrespectful right now, but I feel like the
say it,
things that
man.
Kyle says and like or like highlights is like if they're in a meeting and he says these are the key things and these are the things that you need to worry about, and I feel like he just regurgitates that.
Yeah, it was just y'all got to check out Hightower's press conference if y'all don't know, what I'm talking about. Because for me, I just was like, man, like he's saying all of it, but it's like the results speak for themselves. I don't give a damn about a press conference. So it's like, damn, why are we playing like that? Why are our special teams? And it's crazy when you look at like it's that Jimmy effect, right? You be like, man, and it's because really you watch your team all season, unless you're. One of my criticisms with like 49ers Twitter and like some of the content creators that I respect, and it's not even like a criticism like I'm accusing them of this, but it's just like I don't know, is like people I think sometimes act like they are tapped in 100% to every single team in the league. Like you follow every team in the league. Like when you say something like, "Oh, this player that's on our team, he's like the second best player at that position in the league." It's like, do you even tap in with all these other teams to know that to be the fact? Like I can look at him and be like, I know he's a top dog from like all the games we have and the teams we play. Like he's for sure on that level in that tier. But I can't just definitively say like, oh, he's the second best offensive
Right.
lineman. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm not tapped into all these other
Talking
teams.
about
And
yeah,
so
people know the hype. Like people know
exactly.
the hype players, the players who got
On the highlights and stuff, but do you really know the Aziz Al-Shire of the world? Do you know the DJ Jones of the world on the Chargers, on the Jaguars? Like, do you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you watch those teams like that to really know? I don't think so. I have my reservations. But with Hightower, it's like you look at our special teams, it's that Jimmy effect. You look at our special teams and everything, you're like, man, we suck. And then you look at the rankings and whatever, all the different stats, and it's like
right.
we not just like we'd be like middle of the pack or like, you know what I'm saying? Like 10 to 15 or something.
We gave up a kick return, right? That's it, right?
And you talking about this past game? Yeah, it was a
No, the whole season.
touchdown.
Yeah, touchdown. I think we
Minnesota. Yeah,
Yeah,
Minnesota game. We gave a kick return touchdown. That was it, I think. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section.
I mean, yeah, let's trying to breathe. Hey, it was in the game. I just remember hearing. I forget who it was, but I think it might have been one of the commentators talking about how when they talk to Shanahan, in the little meetings that they have with the media, that
don't lose the game.
Yeah, and that he said that we're not going to win the game. I know our special teams isn't going to win the game, but don't lose the game. So I don't know. To me, that was. I don't know. It's just like I just look at Hightower as this with this coaching staff, and I mean it's messed up because like
he's a
could
yes
be
man.
good at his job, but the feeling that I get is just like you might be gone next year.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, most fans would say, if it was up to fans, we wouldn't have Hightower on the team. We wouldn't have Josh Norman on the team. It'd be a lot of changes with this team if it was up to the fans. But it's just interesting. It's the same thing with Jimmy. It's like you look at all these stats, after the fact. Oh, the Seattle, good comment. The Seattle fake punt. Yeah, that was huge. So you look at you look at even with Jimmy, you like when the fans that are super upset with them, like, man, he sucks, everything. And then you got the stats, whether it's all these various stats that they could bring up where it's like, oh, he's like, not as bad as you think he is. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because this is the hard part about things, because we've talked about this before, but all quarterbacks turn the ball over.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay, A-Rod, he don't really turn it over that much, but like they all do.
I don't, bro. Honestly, bro. Can I say this, bro? Can I say this? Like, I'm tired of hearing Jimmy G compared to like A-Rod when we talk about some, like any random stat or anything like that. Like, don't even bring that up. And I'm also, hold on. And I'm also tired. Well, you guys,
you know what I'm saying? That's how fans like.
I'm also tired of hearing.
People expect greatness.
I'm also tired of hearing Trey Lance compared to Patrick Mahomes, or anytime there's like some talk about like rookie or like second year.
Trey Lance is Josh Allen.
Yeah, like
Like, bro, after the after the game against the Patriots, I was seeing hella people on Twitter like Shanahan. I seen a tweet that said Shanahan gotta be licking his chops seeing Josh Allen do this,
Like,
knowing
what
that
does
he
that
has
have to
3 hands.
do? Oh my god, bro! Like, it's
Like,
just
ooh,
and
yeah,
yeah, you can hope, but don't have expectations. Or like, it's like those aren't the things to compare. Like, you don't compare against the highest of the high. Like, that's not like the barometer of what you compare something to. That just gets me. I had to say that. I don't know if you see that photo of Trent Williams. I was thinking about it today, bro.
yeah, bro.
I'm gonna call something out right now on this podcast, man. If we beat the Packers, if we beat the Packers. When we beat the Packers. No, I'm not gonna say that. If we beat the Packers, I'm gonna get a Trent Williams jersey. That's hard, bro. I don't think I've seen anybody with a Trent Williams jersey. That's hard. Getting the O lineman. You see the
I know
Staleys here and
it's
there.
70 hands.
You get the Trent Williams jersey. That's hard, bro. I'm getting the Trent Williams jersey if we beat the Packers. I'm putting that out into the world right now, into the universe.
Hey, yo, IU one is definitely getting some more respect on that
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah, I got the IU joint. You know what I'm saying? And this
I know
how
you
the
was
season
probably,
was.
I know you was probably like, what the hell? Why
How
did
the season was starting off, I was like, man, did I make the right purchase? Was this the right one? Was this the right one? I should
nah,
have
it
got the
was cool.
Devo. I should, but I'm the type of person I like getting the more unsung guys. Like I don't like getting like the, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I had a Jimmy G jersey. Had is the operative word there. We're not going to talk about that, but I had a Jimmy G jersey, so I did have that. But
Well,
like,
we gotta talk to all day because that had
oh,
me weak.
that had me weak. Shout out to All Day, man. He was rocking the Jimmy G jersey. What? I'm shocked. All Day, who was just on the show 2 weeks ago and said, and I quote, Jimmy G, I got a hot take. Jimmy G is the worst 49er of all time. That's what he said. He said he was the worst 49er of all time.
Hey,
And
bro.
we were
Hey,
having debates with Kyle Williams, Lamar. We were
hey,
having
I'm gonna say it
debates.
like this, bro. This whole fan thing, it doesn't make sense. It's not. It doesn't. It's so emotional. It
It,
is.
it does it does
It's
in this sense. It does
so
in this sense.
emotional,
It
bro.
does in this sense, bro. It's like the fandom is like it's like me and you, or like having a brother, having a family member, like or having like or you know like your lady or something. Like I can like do what I do. I can talk bad or say have an argument, whatever. But if somebody outside of it does, it's an issue. And it's like with the fan stuff, it's like I can disagree with our team, with our coach, all that sort of stuff. But I'm riding though. I'm riding for my team. Period. That's what the fan stuff is about, man. That's the experience, the whole experience. But I don't know if you saw that photo of Trent Williams with the
Yeah,
Dallas Cowboys fan who was flicking them off.
I saw that.
I love when the internet just it's bro, like every time I see something like this, there is somebody who opened up their computer, went to Photoshop, downloaded this picture from online, went to Google, searched for this image of this painting, went there, got the emoji, put that on, got Trent Williams, outlined him, put him perfectly in. Like people put in work to put out this meme. I just love the internet and I love that, man. It's like content. Like it's just salute. Shout out to I look at the creators, man, the work that goes on behind this, man. It's a lot of work to put in some content like that, man.
For sure.
What else do we have, man? Did you see I don't know if did you see Jimmy's presser today?
Yes, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That right there was make me be like, okay, so you're hurt, like for real? like, is this like are you like? It's so like, bro, like okay, like it was, and then I always think about the Texans week. Yeah, I'm very confident in playing or something.
Yeah, like what are you
Like,
talking
so
about,
now
Jimmy?
I can't. It's just more. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like he's gonna. I feel like he's on track to play. Maybe because I remember hearing Shanahan talk about how dialed in Trey Lance going to have to be on scout team emulating Aaron. I don't know, but it's like, are y'all playing games or? I mean, did you see that one tweet today from that dude who's like a media guy, but like he's not Ian Rappaport or none of them guys? And he said, "Did you see what he said?" That tweet.
About like really Jimmy has a chance to not play and the line went up to
Yeah,
6.
talking about he just got off the phone with his people in SF,
Yeah.
and people like, bro,
He
headquarters
said
is in San.
I think he specifically said people with the team, if I'm not mistaken.
But
Um
I mean, yeah, but I don't know if that guy has like real legit sources or what his sources are, but But yeah, man, this Jimmy thing. Hold on. Before you move on to that, but
Yeah, no,
like,
it's good.
bro,
I thought I saw it. Oh, here he goes. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, go ahead. This is
like, what do you?
Jason. My understanding is Jason McIntyre. If I'm not mistaken, is Jason McIntyre the guy who's on with Colin Coward on Fox Sports One? Who like he's not some like if I could be wrong. I could be mistaking him for somebody else, but he's not somebody who I would like rely on for sources. I don't know his
I
tracker
mean,
record with stuff like this,
I just went to his like
but
page
no,
after this, and like I was listening, and he's like a media. Like if if people say media is like podcasting, hella like
No, he's on Colin's show. He goes on Colin Coward's show every week and does the headline. Yesterday he does like he's like a journalist. Like he's not like a when I say journalist, I mean he's like a podcaster, media. Like he's not somebody who would strike me as somebody who's super tapped in. I would trust their information. But if Vegas is moving that line, that means something. I don't like that means something.
that
It just
means
does.
but that don't mean nothing from. That means something from what people think type deal. Think like
And betting happens, yeah, that's a factor. But Vegas usually, I mean, when things happen and when they know information, they will change things because it's like insider information almost. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it, it's off the betting habits, but it's also off of
right.
information and stuff like that. So that is to me, the point I'm making is that's more credible than even his source. Like the fact that the line moved, I'm like, damn, like, is there something to this? But anyways, what were you saying? You wanted to before we moved on, you were talking about
Oh
something.
man, I'm just this Jimmy G, man. How do you think? What is your take on
Ooh, what's my
on
take?
on, on Jimmy G and how he played this
I've
weekend?
hey man, I've been on the train of Jimmy G is Jimmy G, and we know what that means.
All
You
right,
know, it means
okay.
it mean
I
it
remember.
means
I
it
knew you
means the
was gonna
good
say
and the
that.
bad. It means the good.
Hold on. I knew you was gonna say that, but then remember after the Rams podcast, after the Rams game at your crib, I asked you, what do you feel about Jimmy G? Has something changed? And you said yes.
Yeah. I had respect for Jimmy G for coming in clutching those in that moment, even though he made mistakes, whatever. Things happen in the game. You're not gonna be perfect. We talk about quarterback play, stuff like that. The fumble was kind of egregious. The interception, I'm talking about the Rams game, was kind of egregious. But he bounced back and we needed that win and he got it done. So you got to respect that. This game, it's a little bit, it's like that game, we were down. He helped get us back, right? This game, we were up, he helped get us back to the mean. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like in both scenarios. So it's easy for you to piggyback off of the Rams game and be like, he's changed my opinion. But then off of this game, be like, nah, I've reverted back. So I will give you that credit. I did say that, but I mean, for the most part, I feel the same about him. It's just the second half, the first half, I watched the game like 3 times, bro. I watched it like 3 times.
Bro,
I
he was
watched that.
making some plays.
No, I mean, he was. It's not like to
He's
me
making
like
some third down, too.
I didn't even
That's
see the
the
all
thing I
20
like about him, bro.
to
On third
Jennings to
down.
Ayuk to it wasn't even like I haven't even seen the all 22 like fully, but it just like there was a lot of times when there was pressure that was getting there and he was getting the ball out and making the right decision. It might have been to use check for 3 yards, but it's like that was the only place to go. It's like I don't have any problem with that at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like do that. But it's just like, okay, let's talk about one by one, right? The pass to Ayuk, was there miscommunication? Should Ayuk gone further? Whatever. At the end of the day, I still blame that on Jimmy because it's like as a quarterback, you get paid so much money. Like you have to figure that out with the players.
And he's
like
wide open.
Yeah, and he's wide open. So you have that. I still put that on Jimmy, regardless of I don't put blame on Ayuk. He may be partially to blame, but you're the quarterback. It's like you have to figure that out. It's like if you remember the mic'd up with when Jimmy first came here against Tennessee Titans when we had that drive and he was telling Trent Taylor and Marquise Goodwin like move in this way on this route and do this. You remember that mic'd up? It's like he was calling the shots like that. We need that from a quarterback. Like you got to be on the same page from practice, from on the sidelines, how you see things, and he's wide open. So it's like there's no. Just make it happen. We've seen it with Juszczyk on that play. We've seen how many excuses are you going to give? You have to make that play. It's wide open. Like what?
Not yet.
Like make that on the interception. At first, I was like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you doing that?" But then when I'm watching it back, it's like Sherfield was there. It was just a terrible pass. It wasn't like it was a bad decision or like it was just a terrible pass, and it was such a bad pass to the point where it's like Sherfield couldn't even tip it, and even if Sherfield did tip it, it probably still would have been picked off. Because like the defender was right there and whatnot. I would say with that pass, like yes, it was a mechanics thing and he had 2 terrible passes in the game, maybe 3. He had the the Sherfield pass that was intercepted. He had the pass
Nah,
to George Kittle. The George Kittle pass where George Kittle fumbled. That was such a bad pass. Like it was like it just came out of his hands. Like it may have been the thumb situation. I don't know. It was a terrible pass. Terrible. Like, and then there was the Elijah Mitchell throw, which I think was more of a decision. You know, the one where Kittle was kind of open. Like there was no way he was going to hit Kittle on that. Like the pressure was coming, but it's like throw it at his knees. Like make sure it's an incompletion. Like that, you cannot. That's a terrible completion. Like terrible. Those 3 plays and the Ayuk miss were just like, and going back one by one, Sherfield. It's like the mechanics, the ball didn't come out right, whatever it was, but it was so bad and led to that interception because there was a defender right there. You cannot miss that like that. You can't. You can't.
Hey, bro, check this out. Check this out. So with that being said, man, does that worry you that like you know the whole thing, the whole scenario of like this dude injuring his shoulder in the second quarter or whatever it was, and do you like it's like damn is because the first quarter, like I said, he was throwing some dimes, like some.
These Jimmy injuries, man. Like whatever, man. Everybody's hurt,
No,
man.
no,
You know what A-Rod's playing with, like.
I'm talking about like going forward. I guess that's what I'm saying. Like,
yes,
I'm
I mean,
not saying like, huh?
It sucks that he's hurt. It sucks that and I am like, it's like Jimmy is an injury prone player who keeps getting injured, and it's like, but it's football. Everybody's injured. Like everybody's hurt. It's like you're gonna play through it or you're not. Like whatever. If Trey plays, I'm gonna be juiced. I'll be juiced if Trey plays. Juiced. But I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting Jimmy to play, and when Jimmy plays. And you know, after this game, if we don't end up with a win or if he plays bad, I'm sure there's going to be a report of another injury. I'm not, saying his injuries aren't legit, but I'm just saying that's what it's going to be, right? We're going to get another report of, oh, Jimmy was playing with a concussion throughout the whole game, whatever it is, right? We're going to get the report. It's coming. But am I concerned? I mean, yeah, I'm concerned. It's Jimmy Garoppolo. Of course I'm concerned. It's Jimmy Garoppolo against Aaron Rodgers. Who's not concerned? Shout out to all the faithful who are really out there like, oh man, like in Jimmy we trust. I don't care. Be positive, support Jimmy. That's our quarterback. I'm riding with him. I'm riding with Shanahan, but don't act like we're not going against A-Rod in Green Bay. Like we're not undermatched at that position every game we play this point moving forward in the playoffs. Like it is what it is. It's like we can still win in spite of that. We have a really good team. And, I'm riding with my team, but am I concerned about Jimmy and the injuries? Like, yeah, man, like you always hurt. This is you. And it's just funny. Like,
it's just like I
are
said,
you confident you'll play this week? Well, we'll fill it out throughout the week.
Yeah, man. Well, what? Bro? Like, that made me be like, bro, you kill like, you really like, you're like making me not that confident. And, because Shanahan get up there and Shanahan.
Hey, bro. Hey, I wonder how porn star Jimmy is doing in these relationships, man. Like, Jimmy, do you love me? The situations is fluid. What he be saying? Like, how he respond to every other things in life, just regular life. Like, you give him responses like that. Again, bro. The Texans game. Like, oh, how are you feeling? Like about the thumb and everything. Oh, I'm confident in it. Like what? Why are you saying that?
Hey,
what makes you confident?
To me, I like that. I like that about his because it's like obvious. I mean, I gotta stop saying obviously, but it's like he's not. I feel like he's
above it all. Everything is he's oblivious. He's oblivious to it. He's oblivious to it all. Like,
bro, I think he's like, all right, I'm not gonna give him the real right now.
He's oblivious. I'm saying like in a confident. It's like he really is. Man, I'm gonna go into the story. I really shouldn't be saying this on the internet, but it's only a few people in this chat room. So it reminds me of my boy. I'm not gonna say his name, but my boy, right? I remember, I'll never forget this, bro. I'm driving with him one time, and that Drake Kendrick Lamar Poetic Justice song comes on, right? And he's like, man, bro, it's crazy, bro. Like Drake definitely stole this from me, bro. Like I had a song that was just like this, like back in the, and he was like really seriously talking about how Drake.
Hold on, how you gonna compare? I'm waiting. How you gonna bring this around to Jimmy? Okay,
he was basically saying how Drake took this song, and I will give the caveat. I will say in his defense, these major artists like Drake, they take stuff from these random artists all the time. Like they'll take random obscure artists you've never heard of and make a similar song and just do it. They do stuff like that.
Yeah, but he didn't take it from that dude. But
no, he didn't. And the point is, I always like super respected my partner for that because I was like, damn, like he really believes that. Like that's like an undeniable I'm oblivious to like
Okay,
anybody like
okay.
anybody on
Bruh,
the outside looking in
yes,
coming in
hold
is
on.
like, bro, there's no way that
Yeah,
Drake took that
but
from you. And that's that Jimmy energy. It's like he comes to these press conferences, everything that happened, like he never blames. It's never something that like he did. Like he even talked about that play with the Trent Williams and getting set. It's like, Shanahan said that. Like, oh, did you see something different? I mean, yeah. What are you talking about, bro? His mind, I'm not saying it as a negative. I just want to be clear. I'm not even saying it as a negative. It's an
okay, no, I
obliviousness.
get it.
It's
I
an
get it.
obliviousness that I think a lot of quarterbacks have, because it's the same thing I saw from Dak. That's what I was saying about Dak earlier, about after the game when he was
No, I
talking
think
about the refs,
Dak
when he was
gets
talking about the
affected
refs,
more.
when he was talking about the refs and talking about, oh man, well they, I've never seen the situation play out. It's not about like, that's just how they are. They're like, this
But,
isn't.
hey, but look, this is where I'm gonna say Jimmy to me and Dak is like, I feel like Dak takes things personally, and Jimmy has a way to not to to way to at least mask that he doesn't, like, he's unbothered. He's unbothered like
He's
Jimmy.
bothered,
Like,
bro. He's bothered, bro. He's shown
he
it.
doesn't show it though.
He does
I'm
show it.
saying he don't really show it. He don't really show it.
Yeah,
He don't really show it.
yeah. It's kind of, I know the situation was when they drafted him and whatnot, but it does get in your head a little bit. But you gotta do your
I
job. Like,
mean,
he says stuff like that all the time.
that's not to me. Okay, but like, yeah, I'm sure it's really. When I say unbothered, he don't show it, and that's how he plays. That's how he plays too. He can throw a pick, and it could be like the way that we view him, the way that fans view him is like, bro, throw a pick. It's like they're like it's like terrible vibes. Talking about vibes, it's terrible vibes. It's like, bro, get him out of here. Sit him, get him down. It's like he throw a pick, and he able to move on. But I don't know. I think that Jimmy though with this, I think he's just being very vague with what's going on. Where it's like, I don't know, I don't know how hurt you are. You're probably hella hurt, but I don't know how hurt you are. You're not telling us, so I think that's a good thing. But I don't think he's like delusional in. I think he really has confidence in his talent.
Yeah, no, and most of these quarterbacks do, and it's a good trait. And it's, as Colin Coward would say, it's the quarterback face trait. Jimmy has the ultimate quarterback face, so maybe that's
I
what it
mean, he
is.
got the quarterback skills too, though.
Yeah, but we're talking about the mental makeup. We're talking about the confidence aspects and
I
stuff.
feel like it ties in. Like you gotta be confident in
Bro,
your
have
abilities.
you? I feel like, anyways, I'm not even gonna. I feel like in lately you've really become like very pro Jimmy, which is like fine. I'm not like, but it's like I feel like you've kind of changed your tone with them a little bit. Like you're just very pro Jimmy. Like I remember even during the game, I'm just like watching it. I'm just like the whole second half. I'm just like, bro, like, and I was vibing. I wasn't just out here stressing this stuff, but it's just like, man, like, can you just
Hey, it's
not?
okay to be stressed out during a close game.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to brag about it. I really was vibing. I mean, was I not? I was the whole time. I was pretty much.
Go ahead. What you were saying? Though?
But it's just like I was just like, man, can we not do this right now, Jimmy? Like, you look at Jimmy's playoff numbers right now, and it's funny because I was thinking about it today. We played the Packers as our second playoff game.
Okay.
We played the Packers as our second playoff game in 2019, right? The first playoff game, Kirk Cousins, going against Kirk Cousins and Minnesota Vikings. Jimmy, he had some passes, stuff like that, but it got to a point with the pick and some of the, could be picks and those sort of things. That was the game that Shanahan was like, okay, let's tone it down a little bit with the passing. And I feel like a similar thing is potentially happening from this Dallas Cowboys game in the sense that, like, Jimmy came out, he was doing his thing. We're up, all those sort of things. It's kind of similar to the Minnesota game in some ways. And then it's like, Jimmy, like, you're making these plays and not making these plays to the point where it's like you feel like coming into next game against the same team, the Green Bay Packers, like, and it's different because I think everybody knows what we want to do, is just run the ball 100,000 times, right? So I think it's going to make it more difficult to do that this time around. And there are different teams; we aren't the same teams, but I do feel like Shanahan is going to do his best to hold Jimmy to less than 20 passes. It's just
I'll feel you, but I mean, yeah, if we're
if he
able,
can, if the game plays out that way,
I would do that with any quarterback. Like if you could just run the ball all day and pick up yards, I mean, it's
yeah,
safe.
but I'm not saying in it. I'm not saying in it in a do it with any quarterback kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it like do it because you have to do it. Like it's. I'm not saying it with that energy.
The only thing though that where I feel like I feel like Shanahan. It's like it's like when he said the comment, like when they talked about Jimmy throwing picks. It was after the Rams game when somebody was like asked him a question, like how do you feel like when he's always throwing these picks and like how do you like why is he able to bounce back or whatever? And he just said, because he's not scared to fail. He's Jimmy. He's not scared to fail, and for him to say that, he said it in kind of a tone of admiration, like a respect, like he respects the fact that like Jimmy, like a lot of quarterbacks aren't gonna like he does throw picks and he's not A-Rod, so he's not able to make the risk without throwing picks, but it's just like he and I feel like Shanahan is like is he's not he's like that. It's like you can't be so conservative. There's no way if you want to win, you're not gonna be able to play like Alex Smith. And like that's not gonna work. So it's like
It worked for us against the Packers last time, like literally. Like
well,
I know
I'm
you're saying
saying
that.
like I'm saying like yes, if you're able to run that well, then yes, that would be perfect scenario. But you can't to me running like that is like I said, yeah, I don't know if I'm not saying it's not possible, but I don't think that's probable to be able to run that good. Like
I mean, of course, it's
most
not probable, but I'm just saying Jimmy's gonna
like most
force your
had
hand.
220 yards that game.
And
So it's like
of course, yeah, that's out the way. But I'm saying it in terms of it's not going to be that explosive, but like running the ball a lot more than I don't know. I just feel like with the way
I
Jimmy
mean,
played,
we're a
I'm
run
just
team.
comparing it
We
to
are a run team.
2019. Yeah, but I'm just comparing it to 2019. I don't know if you resonate with my point at all, but it seemed like in that Vikings game and in this Cowboys game, we came out, did our thing, but there was concern from the way that Jimmy finished the game. And I'm wondering if that's going to carry into the next game in terms of we're going to, limit things as best as we can. And I'm saying less than 20 pass attempts.
Well, I don't think like I said, if we're able to run that way, then yes, then that would go the way that way. But I don't think that Shanahan this is like I said, I have no idea how his shoulder is. But before the shoulder, I guess, I think Shanahan I think he has trust in Jimmy G. Right at this point, I mean, you've heard him, and I don't think Shanahan's just blowing smoke up his ass. And Mike McDaniel's when they're both saying that they feel like this little stretch is Jimmy G's best stretch that they've had. With him in terms of the way he's playing, and
Mhm.
so I just feel like he does have trust in him, um, you know, and I ain't been and we another thing that's interesting to me like the Dallas Cowboys week and this week I haven't been hearing it's something I like about Shanahan. I haven't been hearing him hella stress about talking about we can't lose the turnover battle. Like like it's like that like you hear about like you can't lose the turnover battle and yes, that's true. Like you if you turn the ball over, you're most likely gonna lose if the other team doesn't. But the fact that he isn't been hella like talking about it recently, it just is like, all right, like man, we might not win the turnover battle, but like or we might have a turnover. But if we have a turnover, it's not the end of the world. Like type vibe, or if you're like throughout the week, just just really. I guess that's where I'm going with. I feel like the two things. I feel like he has trust in Jimmy, and I feel like he's not hella like just tight ass like we can't turn the ball over type vibe.
Yeah, shout out to Shanahan. Just going through a few of these other tweets, man. I posted out earlier today, man. We got some of the best signature celebrations on our team. I think it's like we really think about it, man. From Mostert to the Kittle to the Bosa to the
That's right.
Armstead, bro. To the what else am I missing? We got the Debo's now doing the time. That's Debo's like this is pretty consistent. It's time. I just I was thinking about it, man. We got some of the best celebrations in the game. And real quick, I also wanted to. I watched. I was trying to find this game online yesterday. I couldn't find it, but like you can pick whatever one you want. The Kaepernick 200, the most rushing yard game in NFL history game at home, or this game where we went on the road. I think this was the following year, if I'm not mistaken, where we went on, on the road, and Kaepernick he was every single time he was breaking their back with that big run. It wasn't like 200 yards, but it was like, the 12 yards to get the
Yeah,
first down here,
multiple third down run.
multiple third down runs. And he just was making it happen, man. And I was thinking about it, man. It's like, definitely like Kaepernick had such a short run and he didn't maximize his potential and yada yada yada. But I definitely think for my money, it's Joe, Steve, Kaepernick,
Jimmy.
Jimmy, Jeff. That's what I would say.
Yeah, well, and right now, Jimmy to me has a prime opportunity to get right under Young.
And just surpass Kaepernick.
Yes.
You think Jimmy's already surpassed Kaepernick?
You could argue.
I just feel like you can say like Kaepernick's run was short and stuff, but Jimmy's run's been short, and Kaepernick was such a diamond. Like, just don't think about the years after. Like he was
dynamic. He was dynamic,
and he wasn't perfect. He definitely like had his.
He wasn't perfect.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't perfect. I'm not like,
exactly.
But think about these games against the Packers and Jimmy's game against.
That's what I'm saying. I said Jimmy has an opportunity.
You said for Steve Young though. You didn't say for Kaepernick. You said just automatically put him ahead.
To get right below Young, so to surpass.
Okay. All right. Just semantics. Okay, semantics. But I'm just saying because I feel like people love to like put shade on Cap. Like he was really dynamic for us though. Like you're in these games against Aaron Rodgers.
He won us playoff games. Like that's
period. He won us playoff games. Period.
Huh?
It's like he won us. To your point, like he won us playoff games. Period. Like and he threw the pick 6 against the Packers. He put us in positions too. It wasn't like it was perfect, but like when you're going against Aaron Rodgers, at certain points, like unless it's just Mostert going crazy and their team being soft and stuff like that, which I don't think they are this year, but we'll see. You're gonna have to go blow for blow for a certain extent, like to a certain extent. You're gonna have to go punch for punch. You're gonna have to, make that happen. And Kaepernick was able to do that 2 years. So shout out to Cap.
For sure.
Big things popping. This was a dope photo. I'm gonna get to some of the other things on the Twitterverse. Feel free, JB, if you want to go to any comments or if you see anything else. I'm just going through what I saw, man. Nothing crazy. Just a few things that stood out to me. Let's see what else we got here. What is this? The tweets that we liked. I think there's a few things that you liked that stood out to me. I already showed you the booby at the game. We already went through that. What did we go through, man? There's something on here I wanted to show you. Did you hear Joe Staley talking about this Harbaugh story with Ric Flair?
Yeah, I heard about that. I mean, I didn't hear about it. I didn't listen to it, but I knew. I remember. I remember when it happened. What he was talking about.
I saw, they were talking about that block from Kittle on this play and setting up that Debo run on the Debo, third down that was short by inches to end the game. Kittle didn't block nobody on that play. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm not even like, hey, but it's like he didn't like. I feel like Debo could have got that pretty easily if Kittle would have just blocked somebody. He didn't block nobody on that play. It's crazy when you. I mean, I could bring it up. It's gonna.
No, I'm saying like because sometimes where it's like they all out in space like that, and I feel like it's like who. Let me see. Like sometimes
I gotta bring it up, but it's let's see.
There you go.
Is
it? No, that's the touchdown play. No, that's the touchdown play.
Let's see. I don't even know if we're gonna get a good angle from this. This is like the game footage stuff. I'm not gonna probably see it on this. But yeah, I'll see if I can bring it up. Here it is right here. You're not gonna be able to see it from this angle, but he just doesn't block anybody, and he completely runs past whoever made whoever it was. You see Kittle kind of at the top of the screen.
Well, I mean, we definitely need Kittle. We need Kittle to make an impact.
He's making an impact in the blocking game, not there.
I need catch catching like Bengals Kittle.
You don't need it.
I mean, but it would help a lot.
I feel you, but it's tough when we be like, oh, we need this. I don't know how this game is going to play out. Did you watch the Packers game back again from week 3?
I watched the highlights.
Yeah, I watched the whole game. I watched the whole game last night again, just to see what was going on, and I feel like Kittle's. If you think about it, Kittle's had some good success against the Packers. If you remember, like to 2019, our Super Bowl year when we played the Packers that year, and Kittle had that big play, that big touchdown, that long touchdown. We tried to basically set that up again this year, and Jair Alexander picked it off. Yeah, I mean, he's had a lot of like. There's just been a lot of moments where it just seems like he's a matchup. I mean, he's a matchup problem for everybody, honestly. Like,
honestly, but it's like, bro, it's crazy because think about Kittle. And I feel like Kittle Jimmy used to go to Kittle on third down, him and Bourne, but
Now it's
now
Juwan
it's like
Jennings.
Juwan Jennings, and it's like that. I mean, that's a good problem to have, bro. We got weapons. Like
Yeah.
Juwan Jennings is turning into a, a weapon. Like these dudes can't guard him.
Yeah, he's that Kendrick Bourne, but bigger, and he's his own player. He's different. You don't want to just compare people to people in the
Yeah,
past. I just love the fact that he's being established. It's another thing to worry about. And I think you were mentioning when we were at the Rams game, it's like you got Debo, you got Ayuk, you're kind of eliminating, and you got Kittle. You got to put so much attention to like these guys, and you got a guy like Juwan Jennings. If you're comfortable going to him, man, like what a weapon that is, because it's like
oh,
you
Jimmy's
don't even have to
comfortable with
worry
him.
about.
Jimmy
He's
trusts him so
comfortable with
much.
him. He trusts him
Like,
more than Ayuk in the beginning of the season. I mean, he's going to him in big plays, big
I mean,
moments.
he trusts, bro.
Bro, we thought this was going to be at the very least. We thought this was going to be Sherfield at the very least. Like Sherfield hasn't
Yeah,
done nothing
hey,
this
bro.
year.
And Sharfield, to me, like a little bit. I haven't watched the whole game, but I just feel like
He was
it
weak.
was like,
He was weak.
huh?
We talking about maybe I'm putting words in your mouth. I was just watching the special teams back on this game and stuff, and it's like I just feel like our special teams is like not hustling enough, not being like
Yeah,
not
man.
making impact enough.
He just seemed like bro, and it's crazy because he started like training camp so good,
Yeah,
and like and it's like damn, like you just seem like you're like, it's probably hard when you see
yeah,
Juwan Jennings, Debo,
yeah.
Ayuk, like everybody stepping up, and you're not a part of that,
Mhm.
and maybe some people, but man, like, cause look, man, there's a perfect example. Like you seen how Ayuk was to Michael Parsons, right? And they
Mhm.
did like kind of that play, and maybe it's not fair because it's probably after Ayuk already did it, but they did basically that same type of play where they put Sherfield on Micah, and
Mhm.
Micah just like ran through, bro, like just like it just treated him like he wasn't there. I'm talking about Sherfield,
Yeah.
and it's just like damn, like that's kind of supposed to be your thing. Like you're supposed to be the special teams tough guy.
Right. Yeah, no, I saw a few plays. Again, just watching the game back, I watched like 3 times already. I saw a few plays where I just you're talking about this play with Brandon Ayuk, but I saw a few plays where Sherfield just it's like, bro, like I just on special teams, it's not like it's not like he's missing a play or anything, but it's just like he don't even seem like he's hustling that hard and stuff. Easy for
Exactly,
me to
bro.
say watching the game, but it's
You
like,
see, you
bro,
see one
like
of his, you see one of his Instagram posts. Kind of, I don't know. It kind of made me judge him. Honestly, it was basically like a post like of him playing football, and it was basically saying like you ever feel like you hustling backwards, like it's been a lot like it's been hard, like basically like it's hard, like but no, I'm good though, like I'm a like I
he's human.
got to look back into perspective
Yeah.
and look where I'm at. I'm in the NFL, whoop, and I'm just like, damn, bro, like that just seemed like you hella in your head, and you kind of
Yeah,
like,
but he's human. But it's like, yeah,
I
get
know,
off of
I know,
social media
I
if
know
that's the
he's human,
case. But get off it.
huh?
Yeah, you don't have to put it on social media if that's the case, though, too. But that's also
Exactly.
being human. So it's tough to say. I hear you, but a few things I wanted to show before we close out. We already deep in the game right now. So my bad, JB. I know you probably got to get out of here. A few of the game previews. Like again, we underdogs, man, and I like us being underdogs, man. Like this is our
Adam Rank.
energy. Like,
That's
yeah,
hella funny.
Adam got to do it. Is funny. Adam Rank, he's just trying to get back
Okay,
equity from
MJD is
2019
a MJD Maurice Jones-Drews. He's a Niner hater. Like I don't know
for
why.
sure. Raiders. He's a Raiders. He a Raider. He
Yeah,
from.
Raiders.
You already
Yeah,
know, man. He
yeah.
from the Bay.
And he worked for the Rams. So like,
Exactly. He worked. Yeah, he worked for the Rams out here along with your
okay, Daniel Jeremiah. Okay, yeah, they taking A-Rod.
and I'm not again. I think Green Bay is. I think the top. They've established themselves as the top dogs in the NFL this year. I think this isn't 2019 in terms of if Jair is going to play and he's playing the way he's been playing last season and at the level we know firsthand seeing him this season, if their defense, it's just tough once you've already done it. But I do compare this game a little bit to it's different. It's not a 1-for-1 comparison, but the LA Rams, right, with Sean McVay, right, and 6 in a row, right? It's like how there's different iterations, there's different quarterbacks, it's different. Like it's like, bro, like why? And it's like the same thing with the Packers. I know they beat us sometimes in the regular season, but for the most part, like in this whole Aaron Rodgers era, like whether it been Harbaugh or Shanahan, like we've owned them. It's 3-0 and against them in the playoffs. I know Aaron Rodgers is downplaying it, and it's not like it doesn't. It's a completely different. I'm not. When I talked about the Cowboys game, I talked about pressure. You can talk about the X and O's and all those sort of things, but in my opinion, pressure definitely played a factor. I know they were the highest penalized, team in the league coming into the game, and they had a lot of penalties, but a lot of that stuff is pressure. That way that they ended the game, the way that like they just played, I feel like a lot of it was pressure and just the energy in the stadium, all those sort of things. I think the Packers it's Aaron Rodgers, right? It's Matt LaFleur. Like it's not the Cowboys. This isn't like a situation where it's just like they're gonna just, destroy themselves and choke and yada. Like I'm not expecting any of that. But I do think that there is yes, they got us in the regular season. Matt LaFleur, you saw how he was acting in the regular season, week 3. He was acting like they won the Super Bowl. Their whole team was acting like they won the Super Bowl, got the monkey off their back, but it's the playoffs. And that game,
and we playing way different.
I'm sure they are too. I don't follow them like that.
Yeah.
It's Devils week 3. Every team in the NFL, it's like it's different. And that's a great point by you. We're a different team or a better team, 100%. But they are at home. This is Lambeau. I'm not expecting any sort of takeover. It's Lambeau. Like
it's gonna be way less.
Faithful not showing up like that. I'm sorry. Like it's Lambeau.
We're gonna be there. It's gonna be there.
We're gonna have some here and there, but we're at Lambeau, right?
It's probably gonna be like 90% Green Bay.
Exactly. Exactly. So my point is that like all that regular season stuff, it's great for the regular season. You got it done. You're not a Sean McVay. You're not an LA Rams, but now it's the playoffs. And it's different from the LA Rams. We don't have any history with them in the playoffs. We have history with these guys in the playoffs. And it's not this regime, other than that Jimmy G win 2019. I don't even want to say Jimmy G. The 2019 Mostert, game where he basically dominated them, like most yards ever. The Kaepernick game where it's the most yards ever. Like these are things that the only common constant is Aaron Rodgers. I get that. But it is similar to the Rams. It is and similar to the Cowboys, and with the pressure, there is something there. It is a factor in this game. I'm sorry. I'm not saying it's a huge factor, but it is a factor.
Like you said though, like they have pressure, and like I know we still got pressure to like these players still got pressure, but it's more. It's in their home. It's in their home stadium in front of their home.
And they haven't beat us. They haven't beat us.
Yeah,
in the playoffs.
And he could, he be on that, he on that real presence mind, he on that real be in the moment type thing.
Who you talking about, LaFleur or Rodgers?
Rodgers. He's just like, like trying to, where, be in a moment. But at the end of the day, you do like people are asking you questions about this, so it has to be your subconscious.
I'm going to ask you a tough question. Let's say the Niners lose this game or lose next round, whatever the case is. Right. Is there a team's going to have to win the Super Bowl? What is a team that you would prefer to win the Super Bowl? Because I want the Super Bowl winner to come out this game. That's my opinion. I feel like for the legacy and for everything, I'm a huge, Aaron Rodgers, like.
I think I'd rather have like
Josh Allen or
Joe Burrow.
But then it's like, man, Trey got to get one, and it's like, it's like all these young quarterbacks can't get one. Like,
well, Josh Allen ain't. But Josh Allen, he's already arrived, bro.
I know, but it's like
so is Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's arrived too.
Do you want like Pat Mahomes with 2 Super Bowls?
Want Joe Burrow? Like, we got problems. I don't like the Chiefs. I'm a Mahomes hater. Like, come on now, like we not. I'm not rocking with them like that.
But I'm not rocking with the Packers, but I rock with Rodgers. I respect. Like, I just feel like he's been the best player.
You never play. You go to the NFC, bro. And it's crazy because. Like Brady, like I like Brady more than Rodgers, but Brady is so boring at this stage. Like it's like, oh, your greatness is boring me.
That's true greatness. That's true greatness right there.
Yeah, it's really boring though. So it's like, all right.
What else?
I don't want to see another Super Bowl with Brady.
This is what I was just talking about with Rodgers, man. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy to think about, man. 2010. I'm sipping on this Woodson wine, this Intercept wine, won that Super Bowl with Woodson 2010, thinking he's going to come back. And it's like losing that loss after loss after loss after loss after loss.
What happened to 14? Okay, that was the Seattle game.
Yeah, that was I think there was that crazy game against the Seahawks.
In the 2019, that's us.
Yeah, man. Again, and it's just like, are we gonna get them again? It's like we can't. It's just like, damn, bro. Like you look at all these situations.
Hey, bro. Like watching. Do you watch the Saints game? They got. I know it's the first game of the season. They different, but it's still Rodgers. But it's just like Like, bro, he ain't perfect, man. He's great. He is great, but he's still a quarterback. These quarterbacks are not perfect. But the Saints game, man, is like it's the first game of the season. It was a long time ago, but it makes you look at them and be like okay, y'all not. I just don't look at them as powerhouses. Like you know how the old school, like not
Well,
the same.
there wasn't really powerhouses this year,
Exactly.
and I agree with you on that. But I do like still, you know, going from like in the past, like there being a powerhouse where it's like somebody's on one and the other teams are on five. This may be like they're on one and everybody else is on two or like 1A, but they're still, I think, established themselves as they
No,
had the
I feel
best
you.
season, I
I
think, in
feel
my
you.
opinion. Like the other number one seed is the Tennessee Titans, and it's like they're just a weird team. I don't know. There's a weird team. It's like they're not even. I don't think anybody would even look at them as favorites over. I'm not gonna say anybody, but I think most people would look at them as favorites even over the Bills or the Chiefs. It's like I don't know. I don't know. So
Right.
it's just interesting to me. The last thing I wanted to post up, we already talked about the Raiders, not winning. The Cardinals Rams game was kind of like like I said, like I'm like either way, it's going to be a benefit to us because like one of those teams is just going to be in disarray if they lose. Whoever
I
loses
mean,
that game.
bro, the
And
Cardinals,
the way
bro.
the Cardinals got bitched, like Kyle Murray, the
Hey,
throw he had
I
from
got
the
a
end
question.
zone.
I got a question. Who's Kyler Murray better than Jimmy G?
Is Kyler Murray better than Trey Lance?
Is Kyler Murray better than Trey Lance?
Yeah,
I just feel like you can't talk about Trey
I
Lance
know,
right
I
now.
know, I
He
know.
only has 2 wins. I mean,
I think I was thinking about it. I'm actually prepared for this question. I was thinking about it earlier. And it's like my response, it's kind of a cop-out answer, but I think Kyler Murray is definitely better. But I think Jimmy G is like sometimes when you have somebody with less talent, you're able to win more with them because they know their limitations and they know, what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's an aspect when you're playing with guys that are super talented sometimes of like they're not winning players because they like do certain things and they expect like Kyler Murray is somebody when you compare the intangibles of Jimmy G outside looking in. I don't know anything about these guys, whatever, but outside looking in, you compare the intangibles of Jimmy G to Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray he always has terrible body language.
bro,
He
when
just seems
something
like a
bad
terrible
goes
teammate.
when something bad goes wrong with Kyler, it's like he literally does that. He literally does that. Like it's like, all right,
Like, and I know they were out.
like,
They're without D Hop. There's a lot of things, but it's like losing how they did. I don't care. It's like it doesn't matter.
bro,
Like
that
guys might
was
get fired.
that was a terrible. Like it's like, bro, y'all was the last undefeated team I think in the whole NFL, and y'all just one and done like that.
Didn't even win the division. Think about. This is what I was thinking about. After I don't even know what week. I don't know what week you want to look at. I don't know what the end of what was the lowest point of our season. What was the lowest point of our season?
Yeah. Remember we was like, bro, these teams is 8 wins and we got
Yeah.
3.
What was the lowest point of our season? I'm trying to think. Was it like
The
the end of the
Cardinals.
Colts game?
The
No, it
Cardinals.
wasn't. The Cardinals game. Okay, so
Yeah.
at that point, right, when you look at the Cardinals and where they were at and the Rams and stuff, and you look at us, to think that we would be in the second round of the playoffs and the Cardinals would not is it's just kind of like damn, like how the mighty have fallen. But you kind of expect that with Cliff Kingsbury. They've been able. It's funny, JB, how perception becomes reality. All these situations that we talk about, like people talk about how Cliff Kingsbury, oh, he always fails at the end of the season, at the end of the year, and then like it happens. Oh, we always beat the Rams, oh, and it happens. Oh, the Seahawks always beat the Niners, and it happens. Oh, like Aaron Rodgers can't beat the Niners in the playoffs. Like, is there something? Oh, the Cowboys, like they're always hyped up and they're always going to choke, find a way to like do some ridiculous thing with the refs,
Hey,
and it happens.
Steve Young said that too, bro. He said that too. He was like during the '94 season, when our last Super Bowl run, there was a game against the Philadelphia Eagles where we was getting whooped on,
In the sideline, yeah.
and then he basically got benched. George
Mhm.
Seifert benched him, and
Mhm.
then basically when he got benched, he was like acting like he was about to fight George Seifert,
Mhm.
and hella teammates had to hold him back. And then at that point, when like people like his teammates was like, damn, oh, this dude got like a fire up in his ass. Like at
Mhm.
that point, they was like, he said that point they respected him more, but it was the perception. And he's like, yeah, the perception becomes reality because he like, man, what about the time? What about everything I done before that?
Mhm.
But now this because you see this and now y'all say this, but they say perception becomes reality, and with
It
these
does.
narratives that us fans create,
And we
I mean,
have,
yeah,
and we,
it's that pressure. It's that pressure thing.
and that's what I talk about. It's that X factor in the game. It's sports, man. We fans, man. We talking about this. It's like that. It's about the stories, like that. It's like that. People ignore like that's not a part of the game. It is for all these guys, and like that's why I say that's a huge advantage for us coming into this game. Like Shanahan's now 3-1 in the playoffs. Like it's like you're Britain. Like he's going against LaFleur again. Like, is he gonna like? Just imagine if he beats him again. That's a huge monkey on the back all over again for those guys. And this is the year. This is the year that the Packers have to win. This is their year. Like they have to win.
But check this out though. Like and then another thing is like, bro, like yeah, everything's good. Like Packers is all good right now, right? The moment they lose, if they don't win the Super Bowl, the moment they lose,
Aaron Rodgers is
going to
leaving.
come back down to how dysfunctional this offseason was.
Aaron Rodgers is leaving. The Jordan, like what's going to happen with Jordan Love? Is he ready? What are they going to do? Are they going to like?
Just how did they? Because I mean, think about it. Like, I feel like I don't know, like, and it could be a positive for them because you talk about this far into the playoffs. A lot of it, they talk about the bond with the team. Like, it's like you guys are playing better, and there's this, like, once y'all like becoming like, there's a different thing that's happening in terms of like brotherhood, bonding, like especially with this, getting late into the season pressure type thing. But with the Niners, like it just permeates that these guys really are rocking with each other. These guys, how to, not to say that everybody's just kumbaya, and just like but it just overall it's like it's a like that Seattle Seahawks LOB type. Us Niners when Harbaugh.
We have a great camaraderie. You see it, like we have an actual, like our team has synchronicity, and like it's that's why every team nobody wants to play. Like, and we have a clear identity. We know what we want to do. We know the ways in which we can win. It's great that we found this like fake pitch game. You know what I'm saying? That's like this new thing that we've developed where we pitch the ball, but they're coming in, they're like doing counters off of pitches, like where it's like it may look like a pitch to the outside, but we're coming inside, using Debo as a running back. Like we have these new formulas that we can tap into where we know what we're going to do. This is our formula for success. Oh, Debo gets this amount of carries. Teams can't stop it. We win. Like, Jimmy's all the way up and down, but like we're rocking with him. And this is what we decided to go this year. And all the talk about Trey and we were putting him in the game earlier in the season. Like, no, none of that. We're going the way that we're going. Like, I just feel like we have an identity. Everybody's bought in. Everybody's 100% in with what we're doing, maybe except for Sherfield based on what you were saying. But like, it seems like, we just have good vibes right now and we carrying that through. The one thing I wanted to get to with this picture, I know we talked about the Cardinals, how we juiced that with they're out. We're the only road team to win in the first round. Shout out to us. But also, and we talked about the Raiders and their fans and how happy we are that they lost after a crazy way to get into the playoffs too. We had our game and then the Raiders had their game and it was like, bro, what? Like, what is this, bro? Those are two of the best games of the season, like on the last day of the season. But I wanted to mention the last team all the way on there on the right, the Patriots, man. I'm happy also that Mac Jones, had his like, the tank went on E towards the end of the season. I didn't even watch the game. I don't know how well he really played or how bad he really played.
It
whatever.
It really wasn't about Mac Jones, honestly.
Yeah, I know. Like, I get it. But I'm happy that he didn't find a. But I'm saying I'm happy he didn't find a way to win on the like. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't want to see.
I mean that would have been. I mean, if he was able to do that, like that would have been like, okay, you've arrived.
Yeah, I just don't want to see that success. And what I want Trey, to be the best quarterback in this class. And so it's a W, man. Trey already has a playoff win and Mac Jones. No, I'm playing. But you know what I'm saying? It's good the fact that Mac Jones didn't just ball out. I'm happy about that. Can I say that? I'm happy about that.
No, for sure. I mean, that was they got their ass. Bill Belichick, bro. I wonder what he going through right now.
He's probably going through it. And man, there's one more thing I wanted to get to before we sign off, man. And I can't find it off the top, but here he goes right here. You already know it's coming, man. Apparently, bruh, are you ready for it? Are you ready for it this week on Saturday? We're gonna hear about Alex Smith, how he could have got A-Rod.
Hey, the craziest when I seen the tweet today, and it just made me be like, oh my God. Like when they said 2005, I was like, Jesus, bro.
Yeah.
This dude got drafted in 05.
Bro, you didn't play with him at Cal? He was like the year right
No,
after?
that's the year. That's the year I
Right when
graduated high
yeah, right when
school.
you that's when you graduated. Okay, so you came in right after. But like, I mean, yeah, it's I mean, and he's
Oh
been in the
five,
game, and
bro.
it's like, and there's those tweets about Shanahan's age versus like Tom Brady, and you know what I'm saying, versus like all the other coaches that Tom Brady's going against right now, like in terms of Matt LaFleur, Sean McVay, like all the coaches in the NFC, I should say. You know, I think Sean McVay's 35. I think Shanahan's 42 and Matt LaFleur is 42, I want to say. And it's like Tom Brady's 44. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just wild to think about that. And like I know Aaron Rodgers isn't that old, but I look at him in the same level of like, you know, he's been in the league forever and he's an OG, and it's like he's I look at him as like he's on the same plane as Shanahan in terms of like it's like Shanahan versus it's not A-Rod versus Jimmy. It's like A-Rod versus Shanahan. It's like
For sure.
A-Rod and LaFleur versus
Sure.
Shanahan, you know? So
Right.
it's just interesting to me, man, to look at that dynamic. And you know, like it's crazy to think about it too. Like I said with that other graphic, A-Rod has one Super Bowl. I want to see him win another one. If we don't beat them, obviously I want to see us win. But you know, the thing is, like, if we're able to beat them, right, and we're able to move on, hypothetically, we win a Super Bowl. Like we've had, if let's say we won the Super Bowl this year, we would have in Shanahan's era 2 Super Bowl appearances, in Harbaugh's era 1 Super Bowl appearances, and 3 NFC Championship games. I would take that resume in the past like 10 years over the Seahawks, over the Pack, over anybody. Over like I'm taking that. The Patriots
For
winning
sure.
all that
Besides the
they won, but
Patriots.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm taking that. I'm taking that to the bank. You
Hey
know, like
man,
as much as
we
all
got
these fan bases talk ish and all that, it's like we've had a very like I know we've been down bad plenty, bro, but like we just need the quest for 6 to come to like we just need that Lombardi, however it's gonna come in an unexpected season like this or in a season where we're like put it this way, JB. Put it this way, JB. I feel like we've lost the Super Bowl and not gone to the Super Bowl when we've been in the best team in the league. So I don't care if we're not the best team in the league because that doesn't mean you're going to win the Super Bowl. So why not be the underdogs come into this
who is the
situation?
best team in the league?
I would this year.
Yeah, right now.
I would
Who's
say
the
the
best team in
Packers.
the league?
Like I said, I would say the Packers.
Okay, and it's like are they gonna have to prove they're the best team?
Exactly. But that's my point. Exactly. Like we have an argument there. Like whereas opposed to the year that like I don't know, the year that we lost to I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the year that we lost to the Seahawks in the NFC Championship game, I feel like we were the best team in the league that year. I mean, I know they beat us, so it's hard to say that, but like I feel like we were the best team in the league that year. Doesn't mean you're going to win. You know what I'm saying? The year that we lost to the Ravens, I feel like that year for sure feel like we were the best team in the league that year for sure.
Yeah,
we lost.
Because the Seahawks, see that
they were raw. Yeah, they were raw.
They whipped the shit out of us like the second game of the year.
Right. So you give them that, but the Ravens Super Bowl for sure, I feel like we were the best team in the league and we did not win. So why be like I just want to win. And however we do that, then that's what it's all about, man. So I think that's gonna be it for the show. JB, do you have any other?
Hell no, that's it, man. That's it.
That's it. So appreciate everybody for tapping in with us, man. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, man. We really appreciate it. It's really gonna help. We want to get this thing to the next level. The only way we could do that is with the support of the faithful out there, man. So we definitely do appreciate you. Once again, shout out to Frontline Sports Media. We will make sure that we put some clips on there and make sure y'all tap in with our channel as well, man. 49365. Y'all already know what it is. How you vibing, man? It is. The season is continuing, and we going into Lambeau, a historic stadium, a historic game, a historic matchup. Saturday night, is Bosa going to be back in time? Yes. Is Warner going to be back in time? I thought he tore his ACL, but apparently it's a low ankle sprain. I don't know how that's possible.
Hey, before we go, like the Bosa thing, it's like I feel it, but bro, like sometimes this concussion protocol thing, it's not just like. It's not just going straight through.
Yeah, he's going to play, bro. It's the you know how this shit works. These guys, that concussion protocol is BS. I feel like so he's going to play.
I mean, but then why he didn't play in the game?
I don't know. That's a good point. It's a good point.
This is the game. This is the game of games. Like why he didn't? Like you know what I'm saying? Like so,
That's
I'm like,
all right. I can't be so confident. You're right. I don't know what I'm talking about. Listen to JB, y'all. Don't listen to me. But we'll see. We gotta be. I'm glass half full. We gotta. had the faith. We are the faithful. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
you know, it's just
Joey Bosa,
Joey Bosa,
Joey
bro.
Bosa needs to come back for us, man. So
You know,
Mike
it's just,
Shanahan can lead us. You know, so Mike Shanahan can lead us to victory with Joey Bosa.
hey man, it's just like the ball of, you know, the anxiety ball. It's like what gives you anxiety? Okay, Bosa gives me anxiety. Fred Warner gives me anxiety, and Jimmy G gives me anxiety. His injuries and just Jimmy G. So you know that's like what's the biggest things right now? Last week it was Trent Williams. But you know, this week is, like I said, Boza and Fred Warner. Like, bro, we need y'all, man.
We
We need
definitely need
y'all,
them.
like, for real.
And shout out to everybody who tapped in with us, man. Eric Hernandez, that's the man. I always tap in with him in spaces and whatnot. That's the dude right there, man. You know, to various everybody who's tapped in this whole time that we've been on live, man. We appreciate y'all. But yeah, we gonna end it like that. You know, JB, I think it might be in the cards for us to get on another time before the game, whether it's the game day or another time. So we'll tap in, give the people what they want. But yeah, definitely make sure you follow us at 49x365. My name is Bia Mechi. It's positive energy and good vibes. As always, I'm with JB.
Hey, we out. Hey, faithful. Stand up, baby.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be on the Tonight Show.
This is the 4936 Podcast.